Yo, what's good, everybody? Looks like two people are actually already in the chat. Brandon Kinder, however you say that, I can't remember. He says, hello, how are you doing? We have NFL talk first or second here. Looks like you're second, but that's all good. I'm glad you're here. I didn't know you guys would already be here. Now, you guys may be asking, why am I wearing a headset? One, because it looks cool and makes me look like fancy or something, and if it works, that's a bonus. So that's why I'm rolling with that. But this is the second Dose of DN 2.0 show. You guys saw one probably 2 days ago. If you guys have checked it out, if not, definitely go check it out. But we try to do like 30 to 35-minute episodes here at the end or whenever. I kind of just talk to you guys, and that's just how this thing rolls. We just kind of talk like it's an episode or a TV show, and that's what we try to do. So everybody's hopping in. What's up, everybody? I'm glad you guys are all here. So the first thing we're talking about is that new wide receiver brought in, Jordan Lasley. Pretty sure it's Lasley. Okay, I was trying to figure out how to say the name for sure. Kobe, what's up? Susan, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, man? I see you in the building. But basically, this guy's kind of a hothead. Okay. What do I mean by hothead? That's kind of how people describe him. This guy gets mad pretty easily, and he really doesn't think anything of it right now. He seems like it's okay, like it's fine. That's probably not who he is right now. So I guess that's a good thing or maybe that's a good thing. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. But this guy has gotten in trouble a couple of times before. He's been suspended in college at UCLA. And also, he got in trouble at a Ravens practice for throwing the football into a pond. Yeah. So I guess he got mad with one of his teammates. And, they started getting into it. He was like, man, if you get in my face again, you know what I'm saying? And he threw the football into the pond. So a little scuffle broke out there. John Harbaugh had a little bit to talk about that one. But I guess the wide receiver, Jordan Lasley, kind of disagrees with what Harbaugh had to say about him. And he believes he's going to be a good asset to the Detroit Lions team. And I absolutely hope he is, because we decided to sign him over guys like Inman. I know a lot of people wanted Inman. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy doesn't make the team anyways. I don't think he will make the team, to be honest. I think this is going to be kind of a guy that we're just kind of trying out. I really like what we have right now. Is he a good receiver? And I'm glad you asked that, Kobe. That's a great question. I actually have a couple of stats. I have his stats from his college days, okay? And we're taking out his first year because, in his first year, you rarely play at all. But looking at his 2000 and it might have been the most scary thing in my life, but it's okay. We're still here. That might have been his most scary thing ever. But looking at his 2017, 2018 stats, 2017, he had 1,264 receiving yards, 18.3 yard average, 9 touchdowns and 69 receptions. He was definitely like a go-to wide receiver in 2017 for sure. Now in 2016, which would have been a year before, I know I kind of said that out of order. He was bringing himself up the ranks. He was a little bit better. 620 receiving yards, 5.1 yard average, 5 touchdowns and 41 receptions. So this is definitely a long ball type of threat. I decided to look at some of his highlights. He's a guy that gets deep a lot, and he actually has pretty nice hands from what I could tell. I don't know if you guys checked it out. I put in the community a actually highlight video of him, so if you guys want to look at that, you definitely can. He had Rosen at UCLA. Yes, he did. I believe he did. He seems like a talented wide receiver. No joke. And he's not badly sized. I believe he's 6'1". I think he's a talented wide receiver, and he could make the team. It's just he's got to keep his, he's got to keep in check, right? He can't get mad like that. But maybe he's grown. People grow. People act differently. Things happen. Okay, things change. So right now I'm not too worried about him. I think he's a talented wide receiver, and this guy does have potential to make the team for sure. It looks like we got a question right here. What or who is going to be the impact of a good season for us? Okay, actually, I just kind of posted a video of that one, the hidden secret, or the success for the Detroit Lions. I think that's exactly what will be the success. That's what will make the Detroit Lions successful in 2019. So if you have not seen that video, it looks like Mauricio. Ooh, did I say that right? Mauricio. That's a sick name. I made a video on that one, so if you definitely want to go check that out, but I would wait here just until I'm done with this one, and you can head over there. Now the Teez stuff, right? That's the thumbnail. That's what everybody came for. That's where I want to throw it over to you guys maybe a little bit. What about the Teez Tabor stuff? Okay, is Teez Tabor going to make the team? And apparently, he's dealing with that injury, and I guess it's a right quad injury that he had a wrap on. But he's dealing with that injury, and we have no idea whether or not he's going to make the team. This was a guy that was 100% for sure on the bubble. And now with his injury, does he make the team? Because, you have to be out there to prove yourself. This was a guy that was securely on the bubble. He's fighting with a lot of new players that we brought in. And if he's not on the field, you're not really showing them anything new. Now you look at, okay, what did you do in the past? Well, I was terrible. Okay, well, that's not really good to look at. So I don't know about that one. I'm going to look at what you guys are saying right now. T should be, but he is injured, so I doubt it. Exactly. The injury is what makes it tough. Teez definitely the biggest question. To be honest, I don't like Teez. He gets burned way too much. Kevin, I can give you that one. Okay, so here's the thing with Teez Tabor. If you take a look at the last 2 seasons he's played with, the seasons he's played with us, he has not been good. Like, he's been terrible, and you can't argue that. You can't be like, well, he was good. No, he wasn't. But throughout this offseason is really where everybody's getting excited because we're hearing all of these good things that he's doing. He's working with Ocho Cinco. He's just becoming a better player. But we're not seeing that because he's hurt, and that's why we got to see him healthy. I believe it's back since August 1st he's been out. So you're thinking like 3 weeks. I mean, that's a long time to be out, especially when you need to be on the field because you're on the roster bubble. Susan said, I want him just for one more year as he develops. He's still young. He is a very young player, and I would like to see Teez one more year. You guys know it in my videos. I always talk about Teez sticking around. I would love to see Teez Tabor stick around for one more season. I think he is going to be a talented player, and I think for him being one of those guys that aren't super fast, it's going to be about the scheme for Teez Tabor. And I think as he continues to learn the scheme, he can have a bigger impact on this team. And he seems like a guy that has kind of the ball skills, but not necessarily the attributes, I guess I would say, like the speed, the acceleration. So he's going to be definitely a challenge to work with. Yeah, I would love to see him prove me wrong. I want all younger players to do good. Exactly, Kevin, I 100% agree with you. But again, he does have tons of competition. I mean, Amani Oruwariye, yes, I'm getting better at that name. Amani's going to be a lot of competition for sure. Okay, we've seen a couple of good things from him recently. He's definitely hurt himself here and there, but he's going to be competition. You already have Michael Ford, who I don't know how confident you guys are in him making the team. Jamar Summers didn't play bad. He hasn't been cut yet. So Jamar Summers could definitely be competing for that cornerback position as well. There's definitely a lot of guys out here that are competing for spots. And if Teez is not healthy, it's going to be hard to give him one of those spots because you're not going to hold that many cornerbacks. You say he's a Gator too. So I like his talent. He needs time, and whoever gets him will be fortunate to have him. I believe that too. I think he has that skill set. I mean, there's a reason he was a second-round draft pick. Bust happened, but there was a reason. He had the talent. When he had the talent, they saw it out of college that he was a talented player. Again, he did have the ball skills. He came up with interceptions. He just doesn't have that top-end speed, and it's kind of tough playing on the outside without that top-end speed. I mean, the league is full of so fast wide receivers, and that's definitely something he has to work on. Did you make a video about who's going to be the next corner or possibly the next Slay? Oh, next to Slay. I may have made one in the past. I guess we can talk about it right now if you want to. If you know, right now, the next corner or the guy that's going to be across from Slay on that outside position, in my opinion, most likely I think this will happen. That is Rashaan Melvin. Okay, I think Rashaan Melvin's definitely going to be that other outside cornerback. Now, if you're looking at the slot position, you're talking about Justin Coleman, that kind of thing. And then after that's where we find all the depth. That's where all of the competition comes in. Because right now, Amani's not fighting for that 2 cornerback position. I mean, he always is, but right now I don't think there's debate that he's the number 2. But right now you're looking at guys like Michael Ford, Teez Tabor, Amani, Jamar Summers. These guys are all fighting for that 4 and 5 cornerback position. Really just get some playing time depending on certain situations. Yes, you believe it's going to be Rashaan Melvin as well. Exactly. I think it will be Rashaan Melvin. He's definitely an outside type of cornerback. We've seen it throughout the preseason as well. He's played on the outside position. At the same time, Justin Coleman, he's that slot kind of cornerback. And that's really one thing that I want to talk about with you guys. What you guys thought about Teez Tabor? I think Teez Tabor is definitely a huge question mark. Again, I would love to see Teez make the team, but he's not in a great position to make the team, not being on the field. You know, you got to be on the field, and you got to show us what you got. Now, Teez talked about it. He said, you know, he loves to play football. Now, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me okay, or is it better when I do this? Is it better? Just let me know in the comments if it's better. You said Miles Killebrew is going to stay, and Jalen Reeves-Maybin will make the team too. Those two, honestly, those guys were on the bubble at one point, and those two, for me, kind of seemed like locks. Like no lie. I think those, you can hear me good? Okay, thanks. Those two for me feel like locks. I feel like Miles Killebrew and Jalen Reeves-Maybin have pretty much locked up a spot throughout this preseason. They've been playing so well, it's crazy. Like, these were definitely roster role type players. And Miles Killebrew, kind of like Tabor, was on his last leg. I mean, he really didn't. He was barely hanging on, and then they moved him to the linebacker, and now it's like, hey, now you're good to go, right? He's working. He's playing so well, and it's great to see. Okay, now I got one from Susan right here. I just want to say you're one of my favorite YouTubers. I've subscribed to help a small YouTuber, but as I watch, realize you're smart about football. Hey, Susan, I appreciate that. I may be dumb though, so don't you know what I mean? Don't jump to any conclusions. I think you told us, but if you don't mind telling us what's your Instagram. My Instagram is kind of the same as my YouTube channel. It's all lowercase, no spaces, DoseOfDion 2.0. I don't know if there's a space between the 2.0 or from DoseOfDion, or if it's all together, but I know it's all lowercase and the DoseOfDion is all together. So try that. I think you should be able to find it pretty easily, for sure. Will Harris is going to make the team. Ed is going to make the team, right? Those two are for sure. And Will Harris, I was never really questioning about. Usually rookies have a pretty good chance to make the team unless something goes completely wrong. And Will Harris is very talented, man. Will Harris is a really good player. I'm glad we snagged Will Harris in this draft. We traded up to get him, okay? At the first, I was kind of like a safety. Like, what? A safety, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of glad we did it now. Do you think Matthew Stafford will play on Friday? Kyle Webb, I don't know if I want to 100% get into that question yet, okay? But here's my thing, and I like the question. I'm actually going to drop a video later today, so you guys stay tuned for that one on Matthew Stafford and playing in the preseason. So if you guys want to know my thoughts, if you guys want to, let me know your thoughts, just go to that video. Let me know in the comments. I would say that video is going to be around maybe 6 o'clock tonight. That'll probably be live. So, I'll start working on that as soon as this one's over. I actually have it done. I just got to keep editing and fixing it up a little bit. So that one will come out soon, okay? I've been following you on Instagram for a minute, and I DM'd you. You DM'd me. I probably didn't respond then, Kobe. I apologize for that. Instagram confuses me sometimes. Okay, I'm not on Instagram a lot, and sometimes I miss DMs. So I'll definitely check up on that to make sure I didn't miss. In my opinion, people diss Stafford too much. Like last year, he didn't do good. But what do you expect when you throw? What do you expect? What do you think? But he had no one to throw to. Right. Okay. Here's my thing. I did respond. Okay. There you go, Kobe. I'm glad I responded. But here's my thing with Matthew Stafford. Last season, he was in a complete mess. Like, he was in like one of the worst situations you could possibly be in as a quarterback. Matthew Stafford had injuries all over the board. I mean, offensive line was banged up. There was like no wide receivers out there. I mean, Kenny Galladay, it was Kenny or Andy Jones. I mean, that's really that drop off. And I'm not saying Andy Jones is trash, but the drop off from Kenny Galladay to Andy Jones is very significant. And right, yes, he did have the broken back as well. He had broken parts of his back. And he didn't even talk about that. Matthew Stafford did not have anything going for him last season. And at the same time, we had Jim Bob Cooter, who was trying to change, who was like, hey, Matt Patricia's in here. He's like, hey, I want to run a different offense, Jim. And Jim's like, I don't know how to do that. So Jim's like, just look, I'm never saying Jim Bob Cooter was a great offense coordinator, but at the same time, he was in a pretty bad situation right there because he was trying to change the offense to something that wasn't suited for him, right? It was like a 1 year too early. That's why it's Darrell Bevell's offense now, because this is what he does. But for Jim Bob Cooter, he didn't do this, right? So for Jim Bob Cooter, this was not right at all. And Bruce Ellington, Bruce Ellington for sure. And wasn't that guy missing like an Achilles tendon or something? I'm like, how are you even running? Like, what? How? And Bruce Ellington, no joke at all. He was solid, but we just had so many problems with that offense last season. Andy Jones, not Marvin Jones. Let's be honest. Hey, he's not even in the same realm with Marvin Jones. Look, I think a lot of people forget about Marvin Jones as well. Kevin, what's up, man? You agree with Kevin? Okay. Yeah, I think Marvin Jones definitely is kind of forgot about right now, kind of slept on. When Marvin Jones comes back, he's going to be crazy. Marvin Jones is a super good wide receiver. Like, just after the stream is over, go watch a little bit of Marvin Jones highlights, like for the Lions. I mean, this dude is crazy when he's healthy. When he gets back, he's going to be a baller. Okay, let me just say it like that. WWE listening to Matt Patricia's conference, and he said Matthew Devera will play. I'm so confused right now. Whether or not we'll be playing out there. Marvin Jones is elite wide receiver. Don't at me. Marvin Jones is definitely an elite wide receiver. Kyle, I'm kind of confused on that comment. Or so I don't know whether or not he will be out there. Okay, so I'm assuming you're talking about Matthew Stafford again. Yeah, so I'll definitely have a video, Kyle. I got you with that one. And that's kind of when I came into this. I was like, okay, I don't want to give away too much of this because I want you guys to really give me your thoughts on that video. Because over there, I definitely explained it better. And after the editing, it'll make a lot more sense of what I'm talking about. I kind of ramble sometimes. I always ramble. So that one makes a lot more sense over there when that video will come out. Again, like 6 o'clock, it'll probably drop. Of my thoughts on Matthew Stafford playing in the preseason, on whether or not he will play on the preseason. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there with Matthew Stafford. But really, I kind of want to talk just a little bit about some of the guys that we brought in throughout, the recent guys. I like what I'm seeing from Jamar Summers. I really do. I think Jamar Summers is one of those sleepers to make the team for sure. They got Mike Daniels to replace Deshaun Hand. I don't think to replace Deshaun Hand. Look, I don't think Deshaun Hand's going anywhere. Unfortunately, he's had to deal with a lot of injuries. But Hand is one talented young player, and him being so young, there's no way we would release Deshaun Hand. I'd be upset if we got rid of Deshaun Hand, like 100% sad. Deshaun Hand's super talented, and Mike Daniels is just a bonus. Like, you're adding Mike Daniels to a great defensive line. That's why this defensive line is so scary. That's why people are so excited to see it when it's all healthy, because it's so deep. I was listening to a map at church or a press conference. Oh, okay. He said that Matthew Stafford will not play I will play on Friday. He won't tell us that. Right. He hasn't really given us any information on whether or not he will play. I saw some stuff on that too. You see how ESPN has Kerryon Johnson, 26, the best fantasy football player to pick him up. He's younger than Mike Daniels. Yeah, so I mean, fantasy football, I'm in 2 leagues, right? I'm in 2 leagues. I don't know a lot about fantasy football. I really know like nothing about fantasy football. I'm pretty sure that it's probably disrespectful to have him at 26. I don't get too caught up in fantasy with the season because for me, it's like, okay, it's fantasy football. Like, I feel like if you take players from the Patriots, you're probably not going to have the best players at the same time they win all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't think that Tom Brady would be like the best fantasy quarterback you could possibly go get. You would definitely go get Mahomes over Brady. But at the same time, the Patriots keep winning the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So that I guess that's my thoughts. But fantasy, aside from the actual season, I am in 2 fantasy leagues. So we'll see how that goes down for sure. We got a couple message retracted. No, it's of all players, it's great for a second-year player. He's over Mahomes. I'm starting to Kerryon on my fantasy team. Well, there you go. I mean, Kerryon is going to hit 1,000 yards. I think there's no question in my mind Kerryon Johnson is going to hit 1,000 yards 2019. He's got too many weapons. I mean, in last season, he would have hit it. He would have hit it last season if he wasn't hurt. So when this guy gets healthy, he's definitely going to hit 1,000 yards. I'm not worried about it at all. I just see that happening. He's just that good of a runner. And I think with the new offense that we're going to be running, the way we're going to just use him more than anything, I think he'll definitely get 1,000 yards. So I guess that's probably a good thing for fantasy. If 1,000-yard rusher is probably a pretty good thing for fantasy. Again, I don't know a lot about fantasy, so this is, I'm just kind of saying what I know, I guess. I got Galladay, Mahomes, and Kerryon on my fantasy. Hey, that seems pretty stacked. I don't know a lot, but that seems pretty good. I have a weird team, bro. I have like the most strange fantasy team because I missed the draft, right? Because I was at the Detroit Lions thing. So I missed the draft. And I'm looking at my team like, what the heck? I didn't know like 5 of the players on my team. I'm like, whoa, okay. I hated how they played Blunt more than Kerryon. Look, Blunt played way too much last season. I don't know what the experiment was there with Blunt, but I feel like after like 3 games, we should have been like, yeah, this ain't going to work. Can we do something different? We just kept giving it to Blunt. And look, I like Blunt. Oh, I didn't like him on our team last season, but dude, this dude just was like dancing and stuff like Blunt. Don't do that. Just run forward, please. We need some yards. That's what we brought you in for. We have Kerryon for the fancy stuff. I know everyone has a lot of hate comments when it comes to us in the Super Bowl, but do you think we will win the Super Bowl in the best 2 years? Hey, Mark, there should be no hate there. The Lions are a talented enough team to win a Super Bowl. And if you want to call me whack for that, go for it, but they're that talented, right? I mean, when you look at this team overall, you don't have to be great at everything to win a Super Bowl. You have to be good at a few things. And I think in the past, here's been our problem. We have Buckeye Chiller whack. We haven't had something that's really our own. Okay. Every team's got like their thing. Like, hey, we're really good at this. We're really good at this. We didn't have that last few years. We have the defensive line. And it really for football, if you have a great defense, that can carry you super far. I mean, we saw it in 2014. We weren't a great offense, but that defense was so good. They just carried us basically to that 11-5 record. Most years we would have won that division. Okay. Having a great defense will carry us pretty far. And I think if the Lions defense lives up to the hype, we have the potential to be that good. Matthew Stafford being a veteran quarterback, you have options. It's just, for me, it's just going to come down to the offensive line. What is the offensive line going to do? How are they going to perform? Because if the offensive line is bad, then yeah, if we're not going to win a Super Bowl. But if it's just average, I mean, if it's average, I'll be happy. We don't need to have one of the best offensive lines. We just need to be average, and I'll be good. They don't see us coming. Right, no, everybody's sleeping, especially after this preseason. Almost the preseason almost helping how bad we've been. Like, the first game kind of helped us. Like, oh, they're trash, and now they're going to continue sleeping. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Lions has seen a few years to grow and mature. We do have a lot of young players, and that's something I definitely like. But we also have a nice mix. We have a lot of young players. We have a nice mix as well. Like, when you think of some of our guys, defensive line, for example, perfect example. Young players, Deshaun and Austin Bryant. These guys are young guys, but PJ Johnson. But at the same time, we also have a great veteran mix. And you need those veterans. We didn't have veterans that have won before. Like, we would bring in veterans that haven't won. They were veterans because they played a long time, but they didn't win anything. Trey Flowers has won. Mike Daniels has won. We needed players that could win. You got to go, okay, Susan, see you, man. See you later. But we needed players that we're used to winning. Like, they've had experience winning things, and now we're bringing that into the team to mix with young talent. That's super important. Hey, remember we went 4-0 in the preseason, then went 0-16 in the season? Exactly. Yep, 2008. Not a good time to remember. And gladly I wasn't Super Bowl back then, so it was I don't remember the season that well, but I do know we were hot trash. And honestly, the preseason mean nothing, and that kind of just shows you that preseason doesn't mean too much. You hope they don't cut Teez. I would love to see Teez make the team. I would love to see Teez on the team for 2019 for sure. And Quad Bolden was our best bet we ever had. Bolden was so underrated for sure. Bolden was just so reliable. That's the right word. He was so reliable. You threw it to Bolden, and you like, oh, that's a catch. He was clutch. We saw it versus the Redskins. This dude was just so reliable, and that's what Bolden brought to the team. And I think that's similar to what Danny Amendola is going to bring. I think Amendola is going to be like another Bolden, right? I think that's what is going to be a similarity. You were 7, we sucked, right, Kevin? I was around that age too, probably, right? I would have been around that age too. So we did stink. I don't remember watching many games. Just because it was so long ago. I remember like random weird games watching. I remember like when we got beat by the Chargers. I remember like getting sad over preseason losses because I didn't know what the difference was. I thought, hey, we lost. Dang, I'm about to cry. It's like, wait a minute, this game doesn't even matter. Why am I crying? You know what I mean? So it was kind of a weird time back then. I didn't know what was going on. Blunt could have get in the end zone. It probably took the third down and they put carry on and he scored. Blunt was a mess. Blunt was absolutely a mess. And I hope CJ Anderson has more in the take that Blunt did, and he can be like Blunt 2.0 or even 3.0 because he can definitely do that. Because Blunt was yikes. Blunt was just not, and it was not what we thought we were paying. What we were signing up for was not Blunt. Okay, is Jermaine Kearse or how do you spell it still hurt? Oh yeah, Jermaine Kearse is definitely hurt. Kearse actually, what did he do? I think he broke his leg or something like that. I can't remember the injury for some reason. But he's going to be out for a while. So unfortunately, Kearse can be out for a minute. And I think that's why we're bringing in these wide receivers. That's why the talk is around that depth right now. Who's going to make the team? I mean, it's even more interesting now because at least when Kearse was here, it was kind of like, Kearse is going to make the team. That's going to be our next wide receiver. But now with all these injuries, with Kearse going out, it's like, oh no, now we got to figure out who's our next wide receiver. And that's unfortunate because I really liked him. Hi, I just got out of school. Like literally, I just got out of school when you went on YouTube and I saw you're on. Tech Story Plus. Hey, I appreciate that. Look, school stinks. Who has started school? Has everybody started school here? I start next week, but mine's gonna be really weird. Like my schedule is gonna be weird because it's gonna be like a college. So my whole schedule is gonna be really whack. So yeah, we'll definitely still get on. I mean, you guys, you'll kind of have to just let me know what times you want to see me because school definitely plays a factor. I know a lot of you guys are probably in school. You start college, Kevin? Okay. Yep, me too. Speaking of Anderson, our running back, people all over sports news say the Rams aren't going to win the Super Bowl without him. Do you agree? I don't think the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl anyways. I think we're going to win a Super Bowl. So there you go. There you got it. There you have it. Okay. But no, I mean, he is a big loss. And I think it's those little pieces of a team that, you think they're just so small, but they can be big losses for sure. I go to Lansing Community College for my second year. Hey, okay. Am I the only one that notices we always injure David Johnson? That's facts, dude. I feel bad for kind of David Johnson. And I guess Kyler Murray hasn't been playing so hot either. I was watching some stuff on him. He's definitely been struggling with a lot of overthrows. So yeah, Kyler Murray doesn't seem so great, but again, it's preseason. I'm not going to overreact to it. And that's why I really haven't made a video overreacting to it. Like, hey, Kyler Murray is trash. Cardinals are going to be hot trash when we play them, because it's preseason. And honestly, we could use that same against us. Like, wow, you guys got beat 31-0. You're hot trash. So, I'm not going to really get into that. But right now, what I'm seeing is, damn, it looks so hot. We got a shot for real, if our secondary can hold up and back in. Exactly. And, that defensive line will help out the secondary for sure, because getting pressure always helps out the secondary. When you get pressure, that's when you force turnovers. It makes the guys have to cover for a less amount of time. And that's when zone can come into play. And zone will help out guys like Teez, because when Teez has to play man, that's when he gets burnt. It's not when he's in zone necessarily. Rex Ryan said the Lions will eat up the Cardinals. Buckeye Troller, that's weird, because I actually just saw that video. I don't listen to Rex Ryan a lot, but I think he's more just saying that the Cardinals just have no idea what they're doing, which I'm okay with. I hope they have no idea what they're doing. I would love to beat the Cardinals. I would love to beat every team. Bro, you need at least 10K here soon. Bro, you deserved it. Hey, I appreciate that. We'll get there sometime, someday. We should destroy the Cardinals. Hopefully we destroy the Cardinals, man. That's what I'm hoping. In Madden, they rated Jameis Winston higher than Matthew Stafford. Whoa. Yeah, no, that's completely whack, bro. Some of the things that I see. Okay, this is the most whack thing I've seen on Madden so far. I don't know if I've ever seen anything more crazy than this. I was looking at Matthew Stafford. I can't remember like his play style, or I don't know what you would call it. It's like player traits, his player traits. You know how there's like tight spiral and stuff like that? There's one that says clutch and it says no. How in the world are you going to say no to clutch? Like, are you kidding me? Out of everything on that player trait thing, you're going to say no to clutch? Like, do you not even watch football, Madden? And I feel like sometimes Madden just throws in random numbers like, yes, I know he throws it hard. It's like, no. Stafford's like one of the most clutch quarterbacks we've ever seen. That's so whack. I'm terrible at Madden. Hey, Kobe, I won the Madden tourney, bro. Look, I've had my fair share of spanks. Like I got destroyed multiple times. I did win the Madden tourney though, and I don't think I cheated. So if you want to check that out, check out my other channel, DoseOfDion Gaming. I have the semifinal and finals over there. You can watch me get those dubs. Right, he has so many fourth quarter comebacks. I'm like, how? I'm like, this guy has like 30 fourth quarter comebacks since 2011. Like, how the world is that not clutch? Like, what qualifies as clutch to you guys? And I'm sure Jameis Winston probably has a clutch trade as well because Jameis Winston, he's always coming back. Yeah, okay. Who's playing starting safety and who is opposite of Slay as a starter? Starting safeties will be Tracy Walker and Quandre Diggs, and opposite of Slay will be Rashawn Melvin. Again, those are my opinions, but I think that's definitely what will happen. You lost 70 to zip, not a LOL. Hey, like I said, I got absolutely destroyed in a few games. I have absolutely gotten destroyed. But those games that I'm getting beaten is Mutt team. My Mutt team's so trash. Like, I'm gonna blame it on the team. You guys can say that's not fair. I'm blaming it on the team because when I play regulars, I won the tourney. When's my next Madden tournament? I wanted to do it this weekend, honestly. I want to do it this weekend, but I was trying a few new things. So I guess I'll let you guys know by tomorrow. I want to make sure I can get the brackets in if it's going to be this Sunday or not, or it'll be the next week. Hopefully I can do it this week. I'm going to try my best to figure out everything. But we'll definitely have another Madden tournament. And hopefully all you guys hop in there for sure. This is why I don't play Madden now. Winston throws 20 inches a year and can't stay on the field with Stafford's loaning him. Exactly. It's the logic for Madden is crazy. And I'm not going to hate on him all the way because, it's a tough game to make. I understand that. But it just shows you literally don't watch football at all. Like, the ratings are the easiest thing I feel like to get right. Not even the ratings, just the traits. It's like this has nothing to do with the gameplay. You got to give him the right traits. How do you look at Stafford and say he's not clutch? That's crazy. If you're not a Stafford fan, you cannot say he's not clutch. I have an Xbox. I really want to play you. Oh, yeah, I'm in 7th grade. You have an Xbox. Look, I want to get an Xbox at some point. I was thinking if you guys wanted to on that DoseOfDion Gaming channel, because it is a gaming channel, at some point we would have a Fortnite tourney. If you guys would be down for that, I'd be down for holding one. I think that'd be fun because Fortnite's like the only cross-platform game, and we could definitely use that. You got free elites, LOL, when I was watching the stream. Right, these dudes were giving me charity. I was like, dang. I'm getting charity from you. You gave me digs, whatever, bro. My team's hot trash. I honestly stopped playing Mutt Team because I was so mad. I played another Mutt Team game and I was getting smacked again, so I turned it off. Good thing I wasn't live streaming that game. But anyways, yeah, we kind of got off topic there from the Lion stuff, but I'm okay with it. I'm cool with it if you guys enjoy talking about that stuff for sure. But that means you guys got to go over to the DoseOfDion Gaming channel. Please just go check out the DoseOfDion Gaming channel if you want to see anything gaming, because literally that's all it is. That's why it's DoseOfDion Gaming. And if you guys enjoy that, I'm gonna have tons of live streams over there. Gotta go, man. I'll watch the video later tonight when he posts 6 p.m. All right, I appreciate that. I can't wait to see you there. Just make sure you say something in the comments. That way I know you were there. Someone type his other channel where I can watch his games. Let me actually pull that up if you want me to. Should Davis play inside or outside in your opinion? I like to see Jared Davis in the inside for sure. Jared Davis, can you guys still see me? I like to see Jared Davis in the inside. It just seems like a more natural fit. And right now with the linebackers that we have, I think he can play in the inside. Like, he's in a situation where he doesn't have to move to the outside. I'll slap you kids in COD. Hey, nah, I don't know about that one, buddy. I don't. Nah, you probably would. You definitely would. Look, I used to be actually pretty good at that game, not going to lie. I used to grind that thing. I haven't played COD in a while, though. I have the game. I just haven't played it. I'm going to Lions versus the Bills games, and I'm sleeping at a hotel in Detroit. I'm so excited. Not lying. Oh, yo, that makes me remember. I just got my tickets for Bill. I got to send Bill his tickets. Okay, I got to send Bill. Thank you for reminding me about that. I'll have to send him those tickets because you guys remember I did that giveaway. So I'll have to give him his tickets. But hey, that should be an exciting time. I'm excited for you. Have a good time. Someone's like riding a motorcycle or something outside right now. It hurts me how underrated he is. It's whack, bro. It's absolutely whack. Diggs is super underrated for sure. Diggs is like one of the top safeties in the league, no lie. Diggs is going to be crazy next season. This dude has 6 interceptions in 2 years. Next season, he's going to take off for sure. So you don't be sleeping on Diggs. This safety duo that we have here, not even duo. This safety like depth that we have is is just so good. I really like what we've done on the defense side of things. Even though we have holes in here and there, there's also a lot of good things. Like we're definitely like this. We're like this. We got like some really good spots, and we also have some really big lows on our team. So that's what I like to see. Well, that's not necessarily what I like to see, but at least it gives us something to be excited about. Diggs is also a big hitter. Diggs is a crazy big hitter. Okay, Diggs is scary. I like Tracy Walker. I like Tracy Walker too, and he's definitely going to have an opportunity to take a big step. And he seems, from what I've been telling, he's been becoming a lot better of a pass coverage type of guy, and that's kind of what we need him for at that safety position. Look for multi-safety packages, exactly, especially with Will Harris, how well he's playing. He will get a lot of opportunities out there. Andrew Adams, I mean, you can't even sleep on Andrew Adams. This guy is a walking force a turnover, or sometimes he's a walking miss the ball so they catch a touchdown. But sometimes we've seen this guy come up with some turnovers. He's come up with a lot of them, though, so I'm excited to see what he can do as well. Sorry for texting. I just love to talk to you too because others' chat is so crazy. You never get to read my comments. You're a perfect second text. Hey, I appreciate that. Look, keep texting. I don't care. I mean, for me, I like to interact. So if no one's saying anything, it's kind of like, all right, I'm just going to talk about what I got to talk about. But if y'all are texting, then I can just interact with you guys. And really, this is the best time. The comments is good and all, but if you guys can actually like chat, I can just live respond to them. So that makes it always better. I remember when he made AB do a flip and popped him. AB was flipping in the air and it was perfect. Hey, yep. We've seen a lot of good stuff, man. We've seen a lot of big hits from the secondary for sure. Also, crazy front. I can't talk. Crazy front seven packages as well. Look, this defense as a whole is going to be great. I'm more worried about that offensive line. I mean, if there's anything I'm worried about, it's the offensive line. The defense with Matt Patricia, I think even if they didn't bring in all these guys, I would still be hyped for the defense just because of a guy named Matt Patricia. But with all of these players that he's added, Matt Patricia is gonna be something serious in 2018. So it looks like you guys are kind of hopping out, and that's good. That's probably a good time to end this episode. Actually, we're hitting about 32 minutes, and that's about how long the show should be. I'm sorry that my whole background just fell. I'm not sure what happened there. I literally have no idea what happened there. 3-man D line and 4 linebacker team. So you're saying we should run the 3-4? We'll probably mix that in. Matt Patricia is known for mixing that kind of stuff in. It would just be all the packages that we'd have to do. We have the linebackers for it for sure. We have the linebacker depth. You got Nard, you got Tavai, you got Davis. You have guys that can play out there. Christian Jones. I mean, those would be your starting fours. So you have depth. We have the opportunity to do packages like the 3-4 and the 4-3. So I think it's definitely nice that we have that opportunity. Is O-line our biggest worry right now? In my opinion, I think it is. I'm not too worried about the secondary, I think, as other people are, just because I think the defensive line will help. But I think, for me, the offensive line is definitely the biggest worry. Maybe just mainly that left guard spot, just how we figure that out. Hopefully that works out. You said Tavai should start right. Yes, I think Tavai should absolutely start. It looks like he will. He's been starting pretty much every preseason game, so I would not be surprised if he starts. Hybrids everywhere. Right. We got a lot of guys that can do a lot of things, and Matt Patricia likes that. And, it's not by accident that happened. That's definitely how they draft. And I like how they draft like that because they have opportunities to play different roles. And I think that's kind of where Miles Killebrew has found a spot because he does that already. Miles Killebrew is one of those guys that can do that, and that's why he's able to stick around. I don't think we have an elite pass rusher, though. Whoa, Buckeye, you don't think we have an elite pass rusher? You mean like defensive line? You don't think Flowers is an elite pass rusher? Yo, I'm telling you, Flowers is gonna be something special. Tavai should start, but it's fine. Before the season ends, I wish we got Devin Bush. Hey, you know what, Devin Bush? I've heard that before a few times. I don't know if it was you. I can understand why you want Devin Bush, but at the same time, I am happy with Hawkinson. I think our offensive line definitely needs the help. I think not our offensive line, just our offense in general. We need some help on the offensive side of things. The thing I hate is all the YouTubers that call us the trash Patriots. Whoa, who says that? Bro, look, if you're calling us the trash Patriots, you just don't know what's coming. You don't know what's coming. You don't. Okay, well, he may not. Okay, but think about this, Buckeye. Excuse me. If he doesn't get over 10 sacks, is that really important if we get a lot of sacks as a team? Because we don't necessarily need one guy to go off, and I don't think that'll happen. His presence is what's really going to be felt because it's going to get other guys opportunities. I mean, can you think about this? Romeo Cora had so many sacks last season, and nobody knew who that is. Now you bring in Flowers. Everybody knows who Flowers is. Everybody knows that we gave this dude $90 million. Okay, wait, watch out for him. But then you got Mike Daniels. Dang, we got to watch out for him too. Snack's the best defensive run stopper. Oh, we got to watch out for that too. And then you're going to have guys like Quora, Hand, just getting in there, getting sacks. Be like, oh, who are these guys? Because he's going to open up other plays. For me, it's not about the single player having a lot of sacks. It's about as a team, as a whole, coming up with a lot of sacks. And I think we'll definitely do that for sure. Killebrew and Maben are Devin Bush. That's true. That's true. They definitely have qualities like that. He doesn't play like that. He's a run stopper. Right. Deshaun Hand. I mean, not Deshaun Hand. Who am I talking about? Stacks Harrison's definitely a big run stopper. I think Flowers plays in the preseason. Uh, I think he has very little bit. Sorry. I think we have a good pass rush overall, but there's no elite guy. I think the thing with Flowers, I mean, you could say however you want. I mean, if for Flowers, he's one of those guys that never had tons of sacks. Same time, he's never really had a great defensive line. Like, who has been around him that's really been that great? I mean, we've only seen a handful of guys ever that have had no other help on the defensive line and have still hit double-digit sacks. We've seen it when Watt was alone, right? He was still getting double digits. They knew it was coming, but he was still getting back there. There's not a lot of guys like that, but adding other pieces is really going to open him up and give him multiple opportunities to go get some sacks. Devin can cover, and he's a stopper. I can agree with that, but I think Tavai is very similar. I think Tavai is definitely a big run stopper. Tavai is longer. He's a bigger linebacker, which it looks like the Lions, that's kind of what they were looking for, especially for setting the edge. And, he's also a guy that can cover too. And I think Maben can cover. We have a lot of depth, but at the same time, that would have been using our first-round pick, so we wouldn't have got Hockenson. So I guess that, it's just a trade-off. That's how the draft goes. We really don't know a lot right now. And I guess at the end of the season, we'll be able to look back and say, hey, okay, maybe we hit that pick, maybe we missed on the pick. But at this point, we just got to hope that we made the right picks and that Bob Quinn knows what he's doing. Killebrew is going to have a breakout year. Watch. He just might. And you know what? I think I'm going to go with the Killebrew shirt. I was really trying to decide who do I want? I think I'm going to go with Killebrew, bro. That would be so sick. Killebrew is just a sick last name. That's a scary last name. That's a perfect name for a big hitting linebacker. Please tell me the starters will at least play one drive. I'm going to the game. Ooh, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I would say most of the starters probably play at least one drive, except for Stafford. Stafford's definitely the question mark. So other than that, you should see some starters. But Stafford, I'm not sure. You know what I mean? If Davis could cover like Deion Jones, our defense would be top 3. I think our defense is going to be top 3 regardless. I just think we have a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things. Get Tavai jersey. Hey, Kobe, here's the thing. Okay, I would get a Tavai jersey, but I don't want to get something that a lot of people are going to have. You know what I mean? I want to get something that's different. I feel like you're going to see people Tavai. Am I going to see anybody with a Killebrew, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't go get a Hockenson jersey because everybody's got Hockenson, even though I'm rooting for him. Like, if you get a Stafford shirt, everybody's got Stafford. But I want to get something different. So I might have to go with the Killebrew. We got a guy who helped the best team in football become the best team. Cat the Overhaul. We got the guy who helped the best team in football become the best team. Okay. Not a lot of people are going to have to buy jersey. You guys don't think so? I might. I think, well, the one I was looking for isn't really even a jersey. It's just kind of like a black one with the Lions logo, and it just says the name and number. So it's not necessarily a jersey. It's just kind of a shirt. But if I go with the jersey, I'll probably have to go someone like that, unless it's like customized because you know how they do stuff. Most underrated player on the roster. Underrated by who? Madden people? I don't know, man. That's tough. I mean, our safeties are definitely underrated. Diggs is one of those guys. He's definitely up there. I made a poem. Rose are red, violets are blues. DoseOfDion is great, and that's the truth. Hey, that's actually pretty fire. Not gonna lie, that sounds like some bars. What about Kenny? What about a Kennard jersey? That'd be cool too, Kobe. That would be sick. Diggs, yeah, he's definitely up there. Devon Kennard is good. Devon Kennard's a really good player, and he's definitely a nice player setting the edge. So yeah, I can see where you guys are going with that one. I don't know who I would go with. Kennard's one of those. Diggs is definitely one of those guys. I'm trying to think about that's proven, not necessarily one that has potential, right? You have to be proven a little bit to be underrated, because I can't say Hockenson's underrated when he hasn't played in the NFL because he hasn't done anything yet. So he's not underrated, right? Yeah, I think those are the two guys that you definitely put. Okwara, yes. Couldn't think of Okwara. Okwara's maybe the most underrated player on this team, especially if we're looking at Madden ratings. The way he is rated on Madden is ridiculous. He's definitely super underrated. Okwara is the perfect one. I'm glad you brought that up. Okwara would be a sick jersey, bro. That's what I got to do. Or Joe Dahl. No, Okwara would be sick for real. Key stat this year, red zone efficiency. That's true too. Yo, like, the thing with the red zone is we struggled in the past with that. And I think definitely the tight end should completely help with that for sure. Eric Lee's underrated. Eric Lee's so forgot about. But I think a lot of people don't even know that guy's on our team. But he can do multiple things for sure. Who's going to have a hand jersey? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know who's going to have a hand jersey. I like to get a hand college jersey. I know you can't really do that, but like a Deshaun Hand, I think it's Alabama jersey. That'd be pretty sick. Keeping so nice here, so good. Hey, no problems. No hate. That's all good. I like to hear that. So any last questions? Anybody got anything else to add before we end this episode? Again, these are episodes, so I don't like to have them like 2 hours long because you're not going to watch a 2-hour TV show, are you? When you turn on Dora, is it 2 hours? No. It's like 22 minutes, okay? But we're going above and beyond Dora, okay? We're gonna like double up Dora. This is like a 2-episode special. That's why it's like 40 minutes. Do you see Zach Woods, the fastest player in the draft, retired as a rookie? Are you serious? I did not see that. I probably should see that, but honestly, I focus on a lot of Lions things. I did not see that. That's crazy. Yikes. I feel like I have seen someone retire. I didn't know it was him though. Maybe think about someone else. Seeing those guys retire so young is kind of unfortunate. You are much appreciated, bro. Hey, I appreciate that a lot. I don't know about Stafford. He needs this year, and if he does good, I will watch. Hey, Stafford's gonna be good this year. Trust me, Stafford will be good. He'll have definitely a big bounce back year. So if there's no other questions, we'll wrap this episode up. If you guys have anything to say, just throw it in the comments right now. If you guys want to. But anyways, this is the second episode, and if you guys want to start a YouTube channel, if he's like, hey man, I want to start a YouTube channel, I want to know how to create content. Well, then you got to click the link in the description. Actually, there will be a link in the description later. Hey, but it's actually free right now. Yes, it's a free beta. So if you guys, I'm giving you guys the opportunity as subscribers to try it out. Let me know if you want to hop in and try to go through the class. Tell me if you guys like it, enjoy it, but it's free. I mean, all you have to do is literally sign up. It's absolutely free at this point. So I think this is an opportunity for you guys to get a chance to view the course. Okay, I got a couple questions coming in. More live, please. For sure, there definitely will be. I will definitely do more lives. Zedric Woods. Okay. All right, last question. Will Geis be better than Carry-On, and will you regret not getting him? No, Geis will not be better than Carry-On. And isn't Geis hurt again? I was hearing something like Darius Geis got hurt again. But, man, I'd like the Carry-On pick. Geis was nice. I liked Geis. Don't get me wrong. But I like the Carry-On pick, okay? And once they're on the Lions, man, I can't unlike them. So it's hard for me to regret anything. I think Trubisky is garbage, and he's not great at play calling. Trubisky isn't very good. But at the same time, I think he can be underrated sometimes. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Anyways, thank you, Pride, for watching. If you guys want to start the content class, I'll put the link in the description at some point. Again, it is absolutely free. I'm making it free for you guys because I want you guys to have a chance to give me your feedback. Anyways, thank you, Pride, for watching. I'm not going to say I'm out yet because I haven't ended the stream. It takes me a second. And give me a second. Come on. Peace out, everybody. And I'm out.